welcome back. Okay, it is time to discuss the week's hottest topics with the latest edition of Hot Talk. Joining me today are our friend from the Steve Wilkos Show. Say hello to Steve! And the host of What You Missed, it's Nikki Boyer. Yeah! And give it up for entertainment journalist, our friend Sharon Carpenter. Okay, let's get started. This is very important. Come close. The co-creator of the hit TV show Empire, Lee Daniels, is causing controversy. During a recent roundtable discussion about the show, mind you, this is a room full of people, Lee talked about his preference to hire black writers. Hold on.
Oh, she's putting the glasses on.
Here's what he says.
Getting serious.
I don't know what gives me more pleasure, watching my story unfold or going in and watching a room full of black people writing words for black people. I hate white people. I haven't finished.
You're gonna take that out of context.
Don't leave it there.
Writing for black people, it's so offensive. So we go out and look specifically for African-American voices. Yes, it's all about reverse racism. I'm offended. And as a black woman, I'm offended. I can tell you this right now. Only because being a black woman with a show that is supposed to be multicultural and diverse here in daytime TV, we hire the best people, and we happen to have and I don't have writers. I make my own jokes, but we have a diverse staff here at Wendy, and that would be like somebody who's gay with a talk show saying, I only hire gay people. It's kind of like he's setting himself up for a lawsuit. I'm offended, I don't know if you are, and this show would not be the hit it is without the love of everybody. Just like Obama would not be in the White House without the love of everybody. The black voice is not strong enough to keep me on for 6 seasons. We need everybody. I think that he is shooting himself in the foot. And by the way, the co-creator of Empire happens to be white. That's all I have to say. Sharon?
Well, I think that right there says it. Lee, I've interviewed him quite a few times. I've known him for a few years. He likes to be provocative. He likes to joke around a little bit during interviews, and I think that he's just trying to bring attention to the fact that there is not enough diversity in Hollywood, in front of the camera or behind the scenes. He knows how the media works, so this is why we're talking about it right now. And he, as you said, he has a white co-creator, he has a white showrunner, he has Hispanic writers, black writers. So, I mean, his team is pretty diverse.
But he said he doesn't care for white writers.
He said he prefers white writers.
Yeah, I mean,
think there's a difference
exactly.
there.
He said, I hate white writers writing for black people.
There's a difference here.
He means when all you have black actors, but all you have is white writers writing for them. It doesn't make any sense. He wants the experience to be authentic with this show.
Right.
Well, I understand that part also. Steve, what do you say? Steve!
I mean, I really don't have a problem with it. It's a show about very black cultural hip-hop, right?
Right.
Or rap or whatever it is. I haven't seen the show. I know it's super successful.
Yeah.
It's the biggest hit that's come out on TV a long time. So if that's his opinion and that's what he wants, I really have no problem with it.
Well, I do. I do. I mean, honestly,
But your show's a different show. You are reaching out to everybody, and the experience that you're sharing are multicultural. This is a story about black people.
He wants people who have their finger on the pulse of
Exactly.
that story.
Who have experienced what you're seeing on the show.
Absolutely.
Like he's intentionally bringing on those consultants
I
and
feel
those
as though there are others, other than black, in other words, others that can still embrace that experience. When this show first started, Suzanne was the whitest woman I know. But she's lovable, and now you're. I just think, you know what? I understand what he's saying. I think that was more kitchen table talk than saying it for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying?
Once he told me one time about how he was wearing Spanx under his tuxedo.
Yeah.
The tuxedo was too tight.
Yes.
So, I mean, he does divulge a lot.
I like Lee.
Yeah.
Lee does a lot of talking, though.
I like the original version of Empire called Hustle and Flow. That was
Ironically, it
great.
was written, directed, and produced by a white guy. So it's very funny.
All right, let's move on to the next story, which I love. All right, this mother in Georgia is causing controversy the way she disciplined her 10-year-old son, Sean. Now, Sean was causing a lot of trouble at school, and punishment wasn't working. So, as a last resort, mom called the cops to fake an arrest to scare him straight. The cops... No, look. The cops didn't come to the house, or didn't go to the school. She called the cops to come to the house. And Sean was so scared that he tearfully apologized to his mom. Some people say that she went too far. I say, you go, Mom. Steve, you're a former cop. What do you think?
To be quite honest, I did the same thing when I was a Chicago police officer. There was people that were having problems with their kids, and they asked me, hey, would you scare my kid?
Yeah.
And, you know, I put them in cuffs and put them in the back of the squad car and took them in the lockup and showed them what's going to happen if
Right.
you don't straighten out. And I had kids crying, too. And, you know, the biggest thing is, here's a mom trying to do something so her kid's not a bad kid.
Absolutely.
And there was, when I was a police officer, so many times I'd be locking up young juveniles, and their parents weren't involved in their life. They didn't give a damn what was happening with them. So I'm not going to criticize a mom that's trying to do everything she can not to get her kid to go out the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, the mother, she's also spoken.
I wish they would yell my name. That doesn't work.
I know, right? She's also spoken about how afraid she is for his future. If he
Yes.
goes out there, if he's disrespectful to the wrong person, a police officer, for example, given the current climate,
Yep.
everything that's been happening lately with police brutality, all these shootings of unarmed black men, so she does not want that to happen to her son.
I love it. When I read this story, I was so happy and just excited because I thought, this mom actually took it into her own hands, and she said, I am going to change this today.
At 10 is a perfect age to change
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
Can I say one thing though? I was kind of shocked by the images. That photo that we were just looking
Of him
at,
crying?
where he's being, yeah, it seems like the mom was on a photo shoot.
Well, here's the thing. She was,
Right?
the only thing about this, she was wrong for
Look,
putting
look,
this on
this one in the
Facebook.
car.
She
Yeah.
put it on Facebook. I
should've
think
been
that this
a
should have been a
private
private
matter. It
matter.
should not have been
First
on
thing.
Facebook.
And also, if you're going to call the cops on your kids and do this, which, by the way, my husband and I have talked about this, we would call the cops on little the fake cop, like a friendly cop. But come to that. But we already talked about we would do this, and we were just talking about this 2 days ago before we even started planning the topics for Hot Talk panel, and I found out about this mother in Georgia. But I'll say this: you got to know your kid, because if your kid suffers from anxiety, this is the kid that'll run away and say, "What, Ma? You want to do this to me? Well, watch what I do to you."
Well, right.
You know?
Well, I think he's completely humiliated
Look at
now.
his face. You
All his
can't-
friends, I'm sure, are making fun of him.
I
Exactly.
think kids have specific memories that they remember from when they were a kid, and I think
Yeah.
she was just snapping
But a
pictures
lot
so
of
that
kids are sheltered nowadays, and they don't know what the consequences are or what they're facing in the future. And this is a perfect example of showing them what could happen if you don't straighten out.
And I also
Exactly.
think
I think it's a good thing.
that this will give other parents some good ideas, because he was being disrespectful to his teacher, not a friend, not a sister, not buddies in the
Right.
neighborhood.
And wouldn't
It was
listen to
a
reason.
teacher.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I really believe that she changed his life on that day.
And 10 years old is a perfect date to teach these kids something. All right, so for more information, that went by fast. For more information on our panelists, head to wendyshow.com.